Pavan Varma, you were saying it was the aim and goal of the BJP to cut Nitish to size and to make him, relegate him to second position. We have some amazing data now. At the moment you can see the JDU is leading in about 48 seats. It's about 48 to 50 seats. Down, we'll just have a look at it, 48 down 23. If the LJP had not fought, that would have gone to 84 seats and the JDU would have been up 10 seats. Instead of being down 20, it would have been up 10. It would have gained 10, but the LJP has cut into the JDU vote and they have lost, 33 seats as a result. So instead of being down 20, they would have been up 10. And that's very similar to the other, BJP part of the NDA alliance. So the whole of Nitish's decline that we are seeing, we have to get more confirmation of this, as with everything, but it looks as though LJP has cut into Nitish votes, and look at the LJP's vote percentage, 6%. Now, and that's concentrated in only half the seats. They didn't fight very few BJPs, let BJP fight on its own. So that 6% is not in all the 243 seats. And otherwise, the NDA is 3% ahead of the MGB, the Mahagathbandhan, but that 6%, Chirag Paswan has turned out to be a hero for the BJP in the sense that he has cut Nitish Kumar and relegated him to second. And Pavan Varma, you said that was part of a strategy by the BJP?
You know, I don't want to make sweeping generalizations, but I think for any observer
this is
with
TV,
any
you
sense
can make it.
of
TV.
Clarity, it's quite clear how Chirag Paswan was used, and the confirmation came when the Prime Minister in his rallies paid tribute to Ram Vilas Paswan, who had passed away, and did not have one word against Chirag Paswan, who was openly attacking and abusing an NDA ally while remaining a partner of the NDA at the center. So there was no rebuke from the Prime Minister. And the goal was quite clear, and I think that has been the goal of the BJP for some time. But it's also interesting, Prannoy, that Nitish Kumar, if he had the chance, would definitely, in spite of his change of ideological positions, played a key role. He had the potential to play a national role. At least that's what some of us thought. So he has been brought into exactly the position the BJP wants him, as a satrap reduced to a state dependent on the BJP. And let me say that...
So just to get a bit of understanding of that, Pavan Varma, I'd love to understand that more. Would love all of us, the viewers, love to understand Nitish Kumar more. You expected much more of him. He could have been a national leader. What changed in Nitish Kumar?
No, I think if Nitish Kumar had stuck to what he considered, at least when he said that is what he considers to be right. You know, there is a very fragile but substantial aspect of politics, which all of you understand, it's credibility. So if, as the Hindi word is Vishwasniyata, if that somewhere is lost, it affects leadership and the faith of people in that leadership. But Mr. Nitish Kumar and JDU has still done well, beyond my expectations in this election.
What I was wanting to understand, Nitish Kumar, you know him so well. Explain to us his politics, his personality, and why he changed. We want to know the person Nitish Kumar.
I think Mr. Nitish Kumar, as he explained to me, did it for reasons which he said were left him with no other option at that time in Bihar. The JDU had previously been a partner of the NDA, except for the Mahagathbandhan years. And so, in a sense, it was a homecoming, etc. But so much bad blood had flowed in the interim, where he attacked Narendra Modi personally, where he attacked the RSS, where he would said, I will die but never become part of the BJP, etc., etc. That sudden overnight somersault politically, I think, affected his credibility. But still, he has a following only on the point of governance. And where that is concerned, Prannoy, I can say to you that Bihar is a microcosm of the nation. Even today, if these trends hold, and I am therefore reserving my judgment, you don't have a match to Narendra Modi. There is no alternative. Now look at the situation of the Congress. It got 70 seats, and I know from internal sources that the last offer made by RJD was 48. But there was arm twisting, and finally the Congress saying that it's a national party. But as currently constituted and under the leadership it has, it is not a challenge to Mr. Narendra Modi. And in the perception of many voters, perhaps, if these trends hold, nor is Tejasvi, even though this is a state level election. And that is something that political spectrum needs to understand and bear in mind.
Pavan Varma, if I may just ask, again, as you know Nitish really well. What do you think he would do in this situation if this is broadly how the numbers end up? That it is an NDA government, but with a diminished Nitish Kumar. Nitish Kumar now is at a number 2 position. Will he agree to be Chief Minister?
Well, I can't speak for Mr. Nitish Kumar. Perhaps if he has limited his ambitions and wants a last term as Chief Minister, so long as it lasts, because I don't believe that's the intent of the BJP. But in my view, it would be an uncomfortable and humiliating prospect for a man who once told the BJP how many seats it will get, and famously cancelled a dinner where the Prime Minister was, then Chief Minister of Gujarat was to attend. So for him, whether he accepts or not, I never write premature political obituaries of leaders in politics, and I will not do it for
But
Nitish
forget
Kumar,
an obituary.
But he will have to take some hard decisions.
If you're looking, I'm just, Pavan Varma or anybody, couldn't Nitish just say, look, I was as popular, I did as well as the BJP in this alliance. The only difference was, well, LJP fought and cut my votes. Otherwise, I would have been 10 seats up, just like the BJP is up as well. We would have both been up. But you, the BJP, allowed this young boy who's become a hero in this election to cut into my vote, and that's why I've gone down. My popularity is the same as in the seats where I supported you, the BJP. It's just a matter of arithmetic. Don't look at my seats. Look at the arithmetic of elections and how my vote was divided, and it wasn't, and the BJP vote was not divided.
You know,
Can't he
Mr.
just say
Nitish
that?
Kumar is a very astute
It's
politician.
not a humiliation.
Of course he knows what is going on. And there was no doubt another factor. There was transference of JDU votes to the BJP, but not in the same measure from the BJP to the JDU. That's also a factor.
It looks like some of the BJP votes went to the LJP.
Nitish Kumar says, I can't vouch, I can't vouch for. When he got 2 seats in 2014, and I was with him when the results finally came out, just 3 people sitting in his drawing room, he told me that I will accept moral responsibility and resign. This is untenable for me to continue as Chief Minister. And against a great deal of protests in his party, he resigned. I cannot say what he will do now, but I believe it is cutting him down to size which has been achieved by a conscious plan by the BJP, as your statistics seem to show. And it's not a very good prospect for him in any government that is formed, if the NDA forms.
Yeah.
It.